Move on to our next issue. How do we convincingly convince a flat earther that they are wrong once and for all?
Okay, well, first of all, I think we break the flat earthers into two groups. Those who are flat earthers and those who are at risk of becoming flat earthers. The legit ones, put them in a shuttle, take them to space, first-hand look. Because they are more than willing to believe that every other planet in the solar system is round. So if they just see it, then that should sort out most of them. The rest, this is actually kind of a serious thing. The mentality that creates flat earthers isn't stupid people, it's smart people who the system failed somewhere along the way. So we just need to put more money into the education system.
See, in one way, I don't think there's any point in trying to get the flat earthers to believe the world's round, because trying to convince someone who's got an opinion against all the sort of evidence that they're being presented with, they're not going to change their minds. And I actually went and had a look at the Flat Earth Society's website, and they have an answer for everything, including why astronauts, why they say that the Earth's round. Their idea is that basically they haven't gone up in space.
So they're saying that the astronauts up there are just liars.
Now they're saying they're lying that they're going at all. So and then they're just embezzling the money that's being given to them to go to space. But if I really did want to try and get a flat earther to say that the Earth was round, I'd actually get them to prove it to themselves. I get them to design the experiment. So either get them to put themselves in a spaceship and go up into space, or even maybe dig a hole through the bottom of the world and see if they can fall out the bottom. Because if you design the spaceship or the drill, they're just going to say, oh, well, they just made it so that it would look like the Earth is round. So you just need to get them to convince themselves.
I think that both of those answers really touched on something important, other than firing people into space, which we can all agree is objectively rad. But they both touch on this idea of actually engaging with flat earthers, rather than shoving them into a corner in the dark part of the internet and poking them with sticks and saying, ha ha ha, look at the freaks. We engage in discussion and help them test their theories and educate them and treat them like equal human beings who have just been misled along the way somewhere. I say we bring them all together, we sing Kumbaya, try to help them out, and then if it doesn't work, well then at least we have them all in the one place so we can hurt them.
Yeah, my only addition to this conversation would be, and it's a bit of a different idea, I grant you, but it would be something along the lines of putting a flat earther in the same room as someone who believes in the mole people theory, and have them try and explain to each other why their theory is correct. Because once they each hear how bizarre the other person sounds, that might sink in, being like, oh, this is how the world sees me. Maybe, oh no, what have I done? It's all about the perspective, and I think that could be, it would certainly save a lot more money than taking every single flat earther and launching them into space. But I contend that is a solid solution, because, as Brad said, it's rad.
I think the difficulty is going to be, given what I'm seeing with the flat earthers, you really would need to take every individual into space to let it see with their own eyes. Even if they see half of their own people going up there and changing their minds, I don't even know if that would be enough to convince. Sometimes people can just really hold on to their beliefs no matter what.
Is it possible that a belief in flat Earth is spread like vampirism? And that if we kill the main vampire, the head one that infected them, that will then cure the rest?
The alpha flat earther.
The alpha flat earther, yeah.
So we need to figure out who came up with this in the first place.
Maybe we could have an alpha round earther who could just go around and infect all the flat earthers.
Oh, so we get Galileo back out, do we?
Yeah,
Yeah.
bring it.
And we get in contact with Satan. We need some demonic magic in here. Alpha round earther. I see no flaws in that idea.
Sounds good.
All right, let's